Hello everyone, and welcome to Danganronpa! Sorry about that really long delay at the beginning there, I had to prepare a few things. Including my coffee, because you can't function well, I can't function without my coffee. So last time we ended with, unfortunately, the death of Sakura. We found her in this room, and we are immediately left with an incredibly interesting case because she would have had to have been killed from the inside, and we're trying to find out now what happened.
However...
yeah, she's not the type to go down without a fight.
It's true.
And she certainly didn't, I would say. She was the ultimate martial artist, strong in body, mind, and spirit. So, how the killer was able to get the upper hand on her. I wonder, did someone get the upper hand? They must have taken her by surprise, right?
Certainly.
They would have needed to if they expected to stand any chance against her.
What the heck?
We already know who did it!
I won't forgive
Byakuya, Toko, or Hiro. It had to be one of them. They couldn't stand the sight of her. You agree with me, don't you, Makoto? Well, I don't want to say anything for sure without finding out more. Then let me help you find out more. You see, Sakura asked all three of them to meet with her. You know where? Right here in the rec room. What? After I went to the nurse's office this morning, Sakura and I both left together, right? Well, eventually she went off on her own. But when I saw her again after that, she told me. She said she'd left a note for each of them. She asked them to meet her in the rec room by noon. By noon? The Monokuma file said she died right around then. I'm telling you the truth, I heard it right from Sakura herself. And I tried to stop her, but she wouldn't listen. She said not to worry, that she just wanted to talk to them. And this is what happened. I'd stop her, by force even. This never would have happened. Hina. It's impossible not to have regrets. I know. But the fact that she had asked those three to meet with her, and she asked them to come to this rec room at noon, the same time and place she ended up dying, it might be good to confirm what I just heard with the three of them directly. Indeed! 'Cause that's kind of suspicious, don't you think? Sakura drew her last breath, sitting slumped forward in this chair. There's obvious evidence of the blow to the head Sakura suffered. Normally I wouldn't have any problem believing that that's what killed her, but according to the Monokuma file, she had also vomited blood. And I see a trace of blood on her lips for sure. So, what would have caused her to vomit blood? The Monokuma file specifically said she hadn't suffered any other injuries. Maybe her getting hit on the head somehow caused her to start vomiting blood? Not a chance. Byakuya!
That's fine.
However, your eyes have landed on a most interesting location. Interesting?
Naturally.
Yes, most interesting. Don't you agree? No, I don't think I'd call it interesting. But it does make me wonder. The reason why she died. Yeah.
What?
What do you want? You're bothering me. There's something I would like to ask you about. Room? So, you found out. Interesting. Then it's true. I did receive a note to that effect, yes. But what fool would do what it said, and risk being killed by that monster? So you didn't go see her? Of course not. I ripped the note to shreds and threw it away. I haven't seen Sakura today at all. Sakura says he... Byakuya says he didn't go see her. Is that the truth? Well, until I can prove otherwise, I have no choice but to accept it as fact.
Come on.
Well, you don't accept it as fact, you just don't accept it as truth, Makoto. If you're, finished, please remove yourself from my sight. Okay, thanks. Okay, he's in a bad mood. Whoops, wrong button. The clock actually might help right now. It's around 1 o'clock right now. According to the Monokuma file, Sakura died around 12 noon. So roughly an hour ago. Was that when Kyoko and I were moving Alter Ego? That's right. I think it was when we were moving Alter Ego, actually. That happened right before this. The same shelf full of magazines. There's all different kinds of magazines here. And there's blood on the ground. There's a blood stain in front of the magazine shelf. It must have come from Sakura, right? But that doesn't make sense. Why is it so far away from where she died? The magazine shelf bloodstain has been added to the truth bullet section. Great. Oh, someone up at the locker, too. Huh? The locker's open, and there's... And there on the inside is a handprint?
Why?
What's a handprint doing here? It looks like someone touched the inside of the locker, and it left a handprint in all the dust.
It's true.
And it looks quite fresh, too. He's always in a bad mood. Yeah, Byakuya's always in a bad mood. That's true. I'd say someone was hiding here in the locker, and they left behind a little something extra. So then, maybe the killer hid in here until the locked room was open, don't you think? And during all the confusion, they popped out and joined the rest of the group.
Wrong.
Unfortunately, that's not a possibility. Huh? Why not?
Hey.
Think back. Before we opened the door, we looked inside the room, right? Oh yeah, and the locker was already open at that point.
Indeed.
So, there's no way someone could have hidden in there until after we opened the door. Yeah, so then, what does this handprint mean? What does it mean? I don't know. I don't know what it means. This door is the only way out, in or out of the rec room. The door doesn't have a lock, and there's no evidence that the mountings have been tampered with. The mountings? Okay. The only notable change to the door is a smashed window, which we smashed last episode. Which happened, of course, when I broke it to get inside. There's no evidence that any kind of string or mechanism was used on the door. In other words, I don't see anything suspicious about the door itself. Huh. Oh, there's glass, which I'm trying to click on. There's some kind of plastic container rolling around near the entrance to the room.
So...
It looks like a protein drink, and it's empty. Sakura must have drank it. Everyone knows how much she loved her protein. And she mentioned more than once how protein was good for all sorts of ailments.
Wrong.
Oh, whoops, that was the wrong voice, my bad. I wouldn't take that to heart if I were you. I know. I know. Also, did you like my impression? But still, this protein can, it's got a label on it that says Chem A2. That reminds me, Sakura mentioned how the Chem Lab has all sorts of kinds of health stuff. So, she must have gotten this from the Chem Lab.
Just a second.
But that's strange. Huh? What is?
Hey.
You see what's scattered around the can? Shards of light blue glass. They must be parts of the window I broke to get inside.
Correct.
But they aren't just scattered around the can. They're also underneath it. What does that matter?
So...
I can't say for sure yet, but you're probably going to want to take note of it. I feel like it'll be an important clue later on. I'm just thinking out loud here, but the glass would not be able to be underneath something if that something was already on the ground. An important clue? I'm not sure I see how. Oh, Makoto! The chair was shoved up against the doorknob, so we couldn't get the door open. there's no evidence that any kind of string or mechanism was used on the chair. In other words, there's no reason to think the chair had anything special done to it. Having examined both the door and the chair, there's no doubt the reason the door didn't open was simply because the chair was shoved up against it. This kept the doorknob from turning, and the door from opening. And there was no evidence of the door or chair being tampered with, or anything like that. So the killer must have created the locked door from the inside, not from the outside. I mean, they could have just been standing right up against the wall, like next to the door where you couldn't see them. Like over here somewhere. That's possible. Maybe. Maybe. Ooh, I just noticed that. This looks like some kind of wrapper.
Huh?
Oh, that's... Do you recognize it, Hina?
Well,
Yeah, I mean, I gave it to her. That's candy wrapper. Sakura got super... There are 4 red bottles lined up on the shelf. Oh, look at that. And inside each bottle there's some kind of Monokuma figure. What I'm wondering is, how'd they get those figures inside the bottle? That's what you're wondering? It's no different from your standard chip in a bottle. Huh? You know, where the bottle's opening is smaller than the boat placed inside. You've never seen that? Oh yeah, maybe I have.
In other words,
So this is a Monokuma version of that. A Monokuma bottle, if you will. I feel like I'm finally starting to make sense of things, little by little. The Monokuma bottle sitting on the shelf. The Monokuma figure we found on the ground. The red shards of glass, which probably started out as a bottle. It was aliens! Which would mean Sakura must have been hit in the head with a Monokuma bottle, right? The shards of glass in the Monokuma figure are evidence of that. So I think it's safe to say that the Monokuma bottle was the weapon.
listen.
Well, Makoto, have you finished with your general investigation? Yeah, I think so, for the most part.
So then,
Then you should probably go talk to people now. I'm on guard duty, so I can't leave.
listen to me.
Which is why I've decided you'll go in my place. She's decided. She's gotten a lot more pushy since we had our issue. But she's right, I do need to go talk to the others. Sakura wanted to meet with 2 other people. I need to hear what they have to say. Well, she's relying on us, so that does mean that she trusts us.
Hey.
Oops, I was meaning the table there. Just let me get that up hand. Yeah, we had this conversation already. Let's go outside! Or not. Apparently I just had to hit the circle button there. Those other 2 probably went back to their dorms. I don't know, I had an old man voice there for a sec. Monokuma ship in a bottle. Are you shipping Monokuma with Makoto there, Zeal? I think that's what you're doing. We all know how fun shipping is. Who are they supposed to talk to? Toko? And... Hiro, aka Bob Marley. I pressed the doorbell. Ding dong. I don't know why I said that in Makoto's voice. After a few seconds. Ding dong. Huh?
who's there?
Oh, okay. Thanks, game. The most negative aura I've ever felt. An aura of total decay.
Well, what do you want?
So you're back to normal. Genocide Jack isn't around anymore.
Don't even say her name. It makes me sick to my stomach. I was in such a good mood, too.
She didn't look like she was in a good mood.
Hey, I was hoping to talk to you about something. Is now a bad time?
I was having a sip of my coffee. Obviously annoyed, Toko slithered out into the hall.
What do you want?
You said you wanted to talk to me about something. If it's something indecent, get ready for sexual harassment lawsuit.
No,
What
not
do you
something
want?
indecent. God, girl. Put it away. I wanted to talk about the fact that Sakura had asked to meet with you.
Well,
I don't know what you're talking about.
Byakuya already told me she had asked to meet with him.
What? She wanted to meet with Master too? I just said two, didn't I?
Yes, you did.
I guess it's now totally obvious, huh?
Yeah, pretty much. So, can you tell me about it?
I admit, I did get the note, but I didn't go see her. I was scared, so I couldn't bring myself to go.
Toko claims she didn't go to see her, but can I really believe her? Well, until I can prove otherwise, I have no choice but to accept it as fact.
Is that good enough? So I'm going back to my room.
With that, Toko quickly retreated to her room. Well, I didn't want to ask her about the indecent thing anyway, because that would have gotten awkward very quickly. And yeah. Plus, we don't need her to sneeze and turn back into Genocide Jack now, do we? Nope, we don't. And here's Yoshihiro's room. Baba Marley! You guys, what do you guys think did it, huh?
You know?
What's up, Makoto? Did you need something? Whoa, 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 and whoa some more.
You know?
Oopsies,
You know?
I'm going too fast. Need something. Yeah, actually, I just wanted to check something. It's about how Sakura wanted to meet with you.
What?
How did you know about that?
Could it be?
Did you maybe gaze into my soul? Have your special abilities awakened in you? But I'm not the only one she wanted to meet with. Ogre told me herself that she asked Byakuya and Toko to come too.
What? When did Sakura tell you that?
What?
Oh, well, and she asked me to meet with her, of course.
But didn't she send you a note?
Yeah, a note. She
How about that?
she gave it to me in person, and she happened to mention the others, like, in passing.
Okay. Hiro, why the fuck you lying, sir? I gotta be honest, this is super suspicious. So then, you went and met with Sakura.
You got it all
No
wrong!
way, I totally didn't. Why would I ever do that?
Yeah, definitely suspicious. Did all of them go meet with her, and are they all lying? Like, what the hell?
Actually,
The last time I saw Ogre was when Hina got hurt, and I took her to the nurse's office.
don't look at
I
me!
haven't seen her since then.
Well, I'm here. Could you show me the note she gave you?
Do I still have it? Let's see.
Hiro was feeling around in his pockets.
Hey, come on!
Sorry, looks like I don't have it anymore.
With a big, goofy smile on his face, he pulled his hands back out of his pockets. But when he did, I saw something flutter to the ground. On end. On my own end. Okay, so I've heard from Toko and Hiro. What next? I'll definitely have to look at the actual crime scene again, but on top of that... maybe I should find out more about the protein can we found on the floor of the rec room. I'm sure it must have come from the chem lab. So where should I start? Probably the chem lab. Yeah, I agree with you, chat. I think that, it's too easy for it to be Toko. But it does seem like all three of them, or at least two of them, are lying. I'm pretty sure Toko and Hiro are both lying about having seen Sakura. Maybe not in the rec room, but I feel like they've probably seen her. Clearly they're lying about it. I mean, they probably just don't want the suspicion to go on them, right? But we don't know that for sure. All we know is they've said they haven't seen her. The real question would be, I mean, why would any of them kill her? At this rate. That's not the, Chem lab's on the 4th floor, I believe. Interestingly, too, the murder happened on the 3rd floor, but our 4th floor was what opened up. So even though the 3rd floor is where the kill happened, the 4th floor is where some other things might have gone down. At this point, the chem lab is what I'm curious about. Starting off pretty heavy. Byakuya is also suspicious of the chem lab, it seems. Let's ask him what he thinks first. So, did you find out anything? I can sense him saying leave me alone without him even saying it. Okay, he doesn't want to share it. Which is fine, we can find out for ourselves. This isn't my first time seeing the shelf, but I just can't get over how big it is. I should probably take a closer look at it. Well... right away, we can see something's happened. Look at that, it's all over the ground. It looks like... Sorry, I just, something went down the wrong tube there. It looks like 3 shelves have been connected together to make one giant shelf. But more important right now, what's that powder that's been spilled in front of the shelf? I have to be careful not to step in it. Looks like somebody already has. These are footprints! And they're only in front of the left shelf. How do these footprints relate to the scene as a whole? And we? Do you mean me? How kind of you to offer. With an insufferable smirk, he handed me a piece of paper and pen.
What?
Well, let's go. Chop chop. Okay. So I got to work, and before long, I've drawn up a sketch of the room. So how's this? Not bad. For you, I mean. For me...
I see.
So, when you look at it like this... Interesting. It would appear that whoever left these footprints only had business at the leftmost shelf. Excuse me, you could probably have told that without making a sketch, dude. They came in, went straight to the shelf, did whatever they had to do, and then left. And that's what the footprints tell me.
I see.
These footprints must be...
It's certainly
Makoto,
possible.
are they yours? No!
What?
Okay. Then let me see your shoes, and I'll confirm this size for myself. I was expecting him to say that for some reason. I couldn't think of a reason not to, so I quietly did what Byakuya said. Oh, he just wants to know how big your feet are, so he can massage them later. I see. Your feet do appear to be too big, and I like big feet. Unfortunately, I must admit, these are not your footprints. Unfortunately... But, with how clear these prints are, it should be quite easy to determine who they do belong to. Then these prints are really a valuable clue. And a stupid one, like... Who did that? How did you manage to not see this powder all over the ground? There's a broken bottle in front of the shelf. Is this where all the powder came from? It looks like the bottle had a label on it. Chem C4? Would you like to hear something interesting? I was on the 4th floor this morning, checking things out, and at that point, this room wasn't like this. Then, this powder must have been spilled...
So in other words...
That's right. It could have only been around the time of the incident. If that really is what happened, it must be related to the case somehow. Makoto, that's a good sketch. I thought it was... okay. Source of the powder has been added to the truth bullet. This is extremely weird. Just saying. Let's see, what's on this shelf? There are all kinds of dietary supplements and different medicines. I mean, what if there's Sakura's footprints? Because if she was just getting some supplements, she wouldn't have cared to just step through the... like, she wouldn't have cared of leaving footprints there. Like, who cares? Right? The protein drink we found in the rec room probably came from the shelf. Was probably? Yeah. All the containers on this shelf are labeled with the letter A and a number. So, I guess I can consider this part of the shelving unit, Section A. Huh? But wait, there's more! there's only one bottle here that's labeled Chem C9. Could somebody have put it here on accident? So, the bottles are labeled with the shelf that they came from, A, B, and C. On this shelf is one look and I can tell it's nothing but dangerous chemicals. These look like poisons and other powerful chemicals. All the containers on this shelf are labeled with the letter C and a number. So, I guess I can consider this part of the shelving unit, section C. And of course we got B. So, on this other shelf it looks like, a bunch of chemicals. I have no idea what they are. Nice. They're reagents. Reagents? Yeah, that word. But simply, they are used in experiments to bring about a chemical reaction. How have you lived in such ignorance for so long? It must truly be bliss. Isn't that kinda harsh?
What?
What? You think studying science and mathematics has no practical application in the real world?
That's fine.
The words of a lifelong loser. Which, I suppose, suits you well. I didn't even say that. Anyways, that doesn't matter. Right now, I need to focus on the shelf. All the containers on this shelf are labeled with the letter B and their number. So I guess I can consider this part of shelving unit B. I don't see anything out of the ordinary here. In which case, I don't think I have to worry too much about this shelf. I should try to find out more about the shelving unit. It looks like it's split into 3 sections. Section A has dietary supplements, Section B has reagents, and Section C has lethal chemicals. Sakura must have gotten the protein powder from Section A, but what concerns me is that Section A, there was a bottle with a label from Section C. What was a bottle of poison from Section C doing in Section A? There's definitely something going on here. Oh yeah. I mean... I'm sure this might seem kind of obvious, Makoto, but like, what if somebody swapped poison with protein powder? I have to check the area! Okay, what? Checked everything. Oh, I have to click on just the... There's a bunch of yellow powder scattered on the floor. Better not leave a footprint. I should probably take a good hard look at that powder. There's a bunch of yellow powder scattered on the floor in front of the shelf. There's also the remains of a broken bottle. It looks like the bottle was labeled Chem C4. Also, it looks like someone left some footprints in the powder. Based on the positioning of the prints, whoever it was only went to the left side of the shelf. We've already gone over all this, dude. According to Byakuya, the powder would have had just been spilled right around the time of the incident. That's all I can tell for now. I guess he's just going over everything again. I've already taken a good look at the chem lab. Maybe I should take another look around the rec room. Okay. Byakuya's in a bad mood, so we're just gonna go. What's this about Billy Mays now? Yes, this way. Kinda forgot floor in my brain. 3rd floor we go, yes. Do. Weird thing with this case is it seems so simple yet so complicated, and every single person, to me, I feel like could be a suspect.
Hey,
Except for Kyoko, I don't think she did it. So Makoto, how's your investigation going? I told Kyoko what Toko and Hiro had told me.
I see.
So along with Byakuya, they're both claiming they didn't go see her. But it's all too convenient. Someone must be lying. Someone's lying?
Anyway,
Well, I've made some progress of my own. Sakura's body, the shelf of magazines, and the Monokuma bottles. These 3 things have revealed new clues. You'd do well to look them over one more time. Okay, so everything in the room has revealed a new clue, apparently. Well, not everything. Let's start with the magazines. Kyoko said the magazine shelf was hiding a clue of some kind. Clue. Clue? Huh? This magazine is upside down! Did somebody put it back that way on accident?
hey,
If something catches your eye, it's important for you to explore that in detail, don't you think? Yeah, you're right. I picked up the inverted magazine and flipped it through it. This is... On one of the pages, near the center of the magazine, a word has been written in bold, bloody letters. And it said Toko. Could this be... a dying message?
Correct.
Then it would appear you found it. Kyoko, is this...
So...
It is indeed a dying message. Someone used their finger to write it. Well, we've had this happen before. A dying message.
However...
But just be clear, I'm not the one who put it back upside down. It was already like that when I found it a little while ago. I made sure to put it exactly as I found it, for the benefit of others who might come looking. Hey, is that... That says Toko, right? Yeah, it looks like it. What the heck? Then she's a killer, right? Well, it hasn't been confirmed yet. Like, okay, somebody could have easily just written someone else's name.
I won't forgive you.
It's settled. She's a killer for sure. That's conclusive evidence, right? We can use it to corner the killer. I can see why you would think that, but it just seems too easy. If anything, it makes me that much more suspicious. Indeed. That's too weird. Not to mention, how would a Sakura, who got hit in the head and slumped over on a chair, get all the way over there to put the magazine back? That seems ridiculous to me. I think Kyoko said she found a new clue involving the Monokuma bottles. Yeah, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, and look, there's 2 spaces, not 1. Something's new. Something new?
Hey,
So, did you figure it out? There's a hidden correlation between all of the bottles. Pay careful attention and you're sure to find it. A correlation? Hey Kyoko, can't you just tell me what it is?
so...
I don't mind guiding you towards clues, but giving you my conclusion isn't a good idea. Each person needs to come to their own conclusions, so that everyone can have confidence in the outcome. She's right. And yes, Hina's jumping the gun, big time. Sorry to have kept you waiting.
So then...
Is everything ready? Then let's get to work. So, what kind of experiment are we doing?
In other words...
I got a scale from the chem lab. We're going to use it to compare weight. Compare the weights of what? The pieces of glass you collected, and one of the Monokuma bottles that's still intact. Why do you want to do that? Because she wants to see if it was 1 bottle or 2 that were smashed. That's the point of the experiment. It'll make sense when we're done.
Listen.
First, let's compare the weight of 2 of the normal Monokuma bottles. Boop boop. It's balanced.
In other words...
Which means each Monokuma bottle weighs about the same. Which makes sense. The Monokuma figures inside are basically the same, and nothing else could have really affected the weight.
So then...
So, now here comes the important part. Put all the pieces you picked up on one side of the scale. Now, what might you expect to see? Well, a normal assumption would be that either they'll balance out, or the pieces I collected will be lighter. I did my best to get them all, but there's a chance I could have missed some here and there.
So then...
Okay, let's give it a try. Whoa. Huh? The broken pieces are heavier. Yeah, because there was 2 bottles that were broken. How is that possible? Oh,
I knew
Makoto, he's really derpy today. Just as I thought. What?
In other
The
words...
results of our experiment and the correlation between each of the bottles, put it together,
Hey,
and I believe you arrive at one very persuasive conclusion. So, what do you think? It's all up on you. There was 2 that were broken. Because, like, look, there's 2 clearly missing. The killer would have been smarter to take ones from the ends, but anyway. I think that's 7.
in other...
Oh no, I haven't looked at her body. Oh jeez, we're doing the experiment again, okay. Cool, Kyoko. Oop. According to Kyoko, there's still something they discovered from Sakura's body.
Just a second.
Yeah, derpy, but we love him anyway. Just staring off into space isn't going to help you figure anything out. Well, yeah, I know, but
Hey,
don't you think you might need to actually examine the body?
whew.
There's no getting around it. Unlike me, Kyoko didn't recoil at the thought of touching a dead body. She was completely unemotional. It's the kind of thing I've grown perversely used to. Although, there are still some times. I can't believe how calm you are. No matter how many times I see a dead body, I still can't get used to it.
It's true.
That's totally normal. Then, how can you?
So...
I imagine it's because I've had plenty of opportunities to touch dead bodies in the past. What? Sorry, never mind.
Hey,
More importantly, look here. Her shoes.
correct.
You see that yellow powder on her instep? I was right. Yeah, it really stands out.
I see.
That powder is clue number 1. I was right that she was the one who walked through it.
Hey,
Next is the wound to her head. Look carefully.
it's true.
Actually, even telling you that, it's incredibly difficult to spot, so let me explain.
It would seem...
It would appear that she didn't suffer a single blow, but instead received 2 blows to the head. Oh, okay, so 2 bottles. Bam, bam. One after another. 2 blows?
Indeed.
Interesting, wouldn't you say? And there's one more interesting thing.
Correct.
Both of her hands were spotless. There's absolutely no trace of blood on either one.
It's true.
So that's what I learned from examining her body in detail. So she didn't write the message. Which we pretty much already figured out, because there's no way she could have written that message and gotten the magazine back. I can't believe she was able to learn all that just by looking at her body. I don't think anyone but Kyoko could have pulled that off. Oh.
Whoops! You caught me sleeping! Your investigation was just so boring I couldn't stay awake! Should I do it? Is it okay? Can I? Okay, then let's begin the class trial!
Wow, already.
You know where to meet, right?
That was the shortest
Please go
investigation
through the
ever.
red door on the first floor
Thank
of the
God.
school. See you soon!
It's already time, but the mystery of the locked room is still only half solved. At this point, whatever happens will have to happen at the trial. No, not whatever happens. I have to make something happen. I like how he yelled that in just in the middle of the room. Wow, guys, alright. We're already going to a class trial. We might as well do it. Because that was a short investigation. It's probably going to be a long trial, though. Monokuma made his announcement, and everybody began to meet up, one after another. And then... the ultimate martial artist! A locked room murder mystery!
What?
What the... Oh, I've just recently discovered the power of emoticons! Like, no matter how awful something is, if you toss in a smiley face, it turns positive.
Yes, indeed!
For example, you're at a picnic and you find a dead body! XD! This is just plain creepy.
Well?
And how about the reverse?
Phew!
No matter how great something is, if you put in a sad face, it makes it look super negative.
Yes,
For
indeed!
example, do you have 100 friends?
What? He's right. That does make it seem sad.
What the hell is
wait, I
happening
can't
right now?
wait.
Well then, let's please get to the elevator, sweat drop. I'll see you all down there.
What the hell was that?
I don't get it. What was that? That was very
Just
bizarre.
the worst.
I don't get you guys. How can you act so casual?
I mean, I didn't murder anyone.
What the
What the heck?
Yeah, I'm completely innocent. How dare you call me a murderer?
What the heck?
Whatever. Either way, the truth will be revealed soon. Enough. Because, there can be no doubt, one of us is the culprit. The killer. The one that murdered Sakura. Yeah, that was quick. She was stronger than anyone I know. And yet someone killed her. And that person is here. That person is one of us. Alright, let's just get to it. It's time to put an end to this. I made my way toward the elevator, but with each step I took, I felt like I was moving further and further away from my goal. I could feel a chilling fear running through me. trying to make me rot from the inside out. No matter how many times I go through this, it never gets any easier. We climbed into our steel prison in total silence. Oh... no. I think I'm having some internet problems. Hang on, I gotta check something. Okay, I'm still on air, but I'm a little worried, so we're gonna save it just in case. Marku is learning emotes. Only it says both Microsoft microphone, audio, and gameplay are being broadcast. Okay, good. That was weird. I was getting these weird messages on top of my screen. We watched the doors fall close and felt it begin its sinister descent. Elevator lowered, uttering its all too familiar clunking sounds. It fell lower and lower, and as suddenly as always, the ride was over. The doors opened once again. Just the 6 of you, huh? Really?
This is kind
That's
of
so
depressing.
few! You must be so lonely! You say that like it's not your fault we're all left. I wonder, will the class trial end with one less classmate again? Or will your school life come to an end completely?
Now then.
Now then, are we ready to begin? You know the drill. Find your assigned seats. I'm not sure what that was all about. And so the curtain opened for the 4th time. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal, a deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly fate, a deadly class trial. Dun dun dun. Alright, well at least we get a good save here. Firstly, I want to quickly check, because I think we might have unlocked... Yeah, here we go, cool and composed. Steadies your aim a little, effective during non-stop debate. Not super useful, but whatever.